Hey guys, what's up? V8 Merc here. Today we're going to be taking a look at working on a set of FAL handguards. These are actually Imbel handguards. They're the fiberglass type, but they're not actually fiberglass. It's like a fiber polymer type deal. And the problem with this pair of handguards is actually, well, it's only on the one side here, is it has a hole here. It looks like something broke through from the outside, from storage or whatever it was. And then also the metal was dinged up, but I fixed that with a pair of pliers. And actually, if you'll notice, they are, well, when you get in the inside, you'll see these are not actually the same. They're not matching handguards, so to speak. I think one is South African, the other one is actually Imbel. The one that's cracked is an Imbel one. So the metal doesn't fully match up, but it kind of does. So we're going to go ahead and show you the extent of the damage here, and we're going to try to repair it with JB Weld. Now you might look at the condition of these handguards and say they look like they're in good shape, they got good color and everything. Well, I've already actually spray painted them, the metal and the handguard itself, to kind of do a test trial run just to see how it'll look, and it came out pretty good. And when we get to that stage, I'll go over that, how I'm going to refinish them. So you can see that's the penetrating side, and then this is the actual wound on the other side, so to speak. And what we're going to try to do is fill in with JB Weld on this side and see if we can get it to come through on this side, and then we'll sand it smooth. So what we're going to do here is we're going to set up aside the good piece over here, just keep it out of the way. And we got a little mixing dish here. This is just like a lid off of a peanut tin or something like that, mixed nuts tin. And we got our JB Weld here. This is, I'm not sure which one it is. Now this one's for the steel, so I don't know if this is a good choice for using on polymer, but we're going to try to make it work. And then we got our mixing stick here. Very simple project, hopefully. So we want to mix these in equal parts here. Okay, so the color looks like it's there. Looks like it's got a really nice steel gray appearance to it. And we're going to basically smear it on and push it through. Leave it kind of have a raised, let it have a raised edge on the outside, because we can always sand it down. I don't want to be trying to add more filler in later. I do have body filler, but body filler will crack, and I don't think this is a job for body filler here. Let's kind of get off the excess. I want to work a little quickly here before this stuff really starts to set up. So now I'm going to put this tape over. This is that blue tape that really doesn't stick too well, but it's good because it doesn't leave that residue either, which is the point. So we're just going to put a good application of that tape. Now we're going to try to push it through. Alright, now what we've done is have it setting up here. We got it elevated so that the weight of the weld is going to push through on that tape and kind of make a bulge on the bottom so we can sand it down. Hopefully that works. I don't know if it will work. We're going to turn our attention to this other handguard here, and I'm going to fill in some of these scratches on here that are whatever ones that are deep. Alright, so we have it all set up and cured up the next day. This is actually the next morning. It's been about probably 12 hours. Because it was so cold last night when I was doing it, I ended up bringing it in this morning and keeping it by some heat, and that's what got it to fully cure up. And now it's very hard. It doesn't even dent or anything with my fingernail or anything like that. And I'll show you. You can see that you can see the outer gray line. That's what it looked like before with the tape, and then I actually used my finger and pushed some more material out from the inside, so you can see how much it's actually sticking out of there, which is good. And then on this side you can see how it's pretty much coated all over. Wherever I had some nicks and dings, I even did it somewhat here where that crack was. You can actually kind of see that crack right inside there, right there. So what we're going to do now is we're going to file and sand down the filler. I'm just going to call it filler. We're going to file and sand it down so that we can get it down to shape. And basically we're going to work with an assortment of tools. Actually, we have a round file, We have a triangular shaped file. Only reason for the triangular one is so I can do some corner filing if I need to on the edge, and also to have a small face flat file. Then I have a small flat file and then a larger one, and then we also got some sandpaper here. I think this is probably a 60 grit. So this is 60 grit. It's actually for a, looks like a dual action sander, but we're going to use this if I might or might not use it, because if I use this on the plastic it's going to leave a lot of gouges in it. But I'm going to try to work with this. I think this is like 220 grit sandpaper. The whole point is that what we're going to do is we're going to sand this down and work it down without destroying the plastic. So we're going to go ahead and do that. I'm going to start actually with the hole first, because it's, to be honest, it's actually easier to do, I think. Now what's paramount here is we want to make sure when we're filing it that we're being even about it. We don't want to do this where we start filing into the plastic. We want to be really even. So alright, so here's what we've done so far. We've basically completely filed that. I kind of cheated and used a grinder to get in close, but you got to be careful so you don't nick it. It's very flat. If I close my eyes and rub my hand over it, I can feel the texture over here and the texture over here, but when I get into the middle it's smooth. But I don't feel exactly where that hole is right there. And then on this side, I removed quite a bit, almost all of it off, all of the filler that I put on. Some of it really didn't stick into the cracks because it probably didn't have enough of a tooth to grab onto, and like right here for example I got half of it and the other half didn't, although it's very shallow. It looks like it's pretty deep, but it's actually really shallow, so not really anything to be too concerned about. I'm hoping the paint itself will be able to fill in some of these smaller cracks. And then I also went ahead and filed the top down so that it's very smooth on the top and also on the bottom, so it's all kind of one well, not one piece, but like a matching set, so to speak. I like the way it fits right now and the way it feels, so what we're going to do next is we're going to blow it off and clean it up, and then we're going to get ready to paint it with a couple of different paints here. We have this bed liner paint, which is what a lot of people do suggest using. There's probably different brands or whatnot. I got this one from the Home Depot, so this is a Rust-Oleum brand truck bed liner. That's what I used previously, and it does give a good texture. It actually makes it a little too rough. What I'm going to do is I'm going to spray it. Then I'm going to use the 220 grit or even more finer than that. I think I got 500 grit. I'll probably use that to knock down the edges to kind of give a pebble finish, or like a textured finish, but not a raised, super grippy surface that kind of irritates your hand. And then if I want to, I'll probably finish off with a matte black finish on top of that. Alright guys, we're back from paint here. I've got about 5 coats of that bed liner stuff. I haven't used any of this matte black paint yet. I might use it on the metal a little later, but the more important part was to show you guys the repair and how this paint really covers up all the imperfections that it had. On this side you can still see some nicks that are visible in there. It's not a big deal. Where the filler was, it really filled in those pieces. I guess if you want to take care of these nicks, you probably want to scratch them out so that there's some kind of a bite there for that epoxy to hold, or JB Weld or whatever you're going to use. But the more important thing is to see this hole that was here on this side, and it's visibly gone. I mean, you can't even tell if you run your hand over it, it's not there. The only way someone would know there's a hole is if I tell them and show them the pictures beforehand. But even when you look at it in the light, you really can't tell so much that there was something there. Just because you guys saw what it looks like before, you might be able to find where it was there, somewhere there. But if you didn't see it before, you won't even know that there was a hole at all. Now you look on the inside, we haven't really changed anything on the inside, it's still going to look the same. But overall, it came out really good. It was a good DIY project to fix up a set of old handguards. Maybe you're going to buy a set of old used ones. You can really coat them up with this bed liner stuff, and it will really fill in all the minor imperfections and give you a good set of usable handguards. Probably nothing like a show quality handguard, but definitely something you can use in this decent, looking, not all dinged up with baby poop all over it and whatnot. So that's the video for you guys today. Just want to do that little side project and show you that you can revive a set of old hand guards, and you can probably use this method for any kind of polymer hand guard, and even wood ones. You're going to use like wood filler or something like that. But hopefully you guys picked up a few tips and tips and tricks, and if not, if you guys got your own tips and tricks, I wouldn't mind if you guys put them down in the comment section below for others to see and for myself to see, and share that information. Alright guys, that's the video for you guys today. V8 Merc signing out.